Well, I'm running out of excuses. Got most of my parts cleaned up, or at least the ones I'm going to be reusing. I got most of my parts bought. Still a few more to go. Um, Guess I'll just quit procrastinating. Let's build an engine. Now this here is a 5.9 Magnum. Um, Got her cleaned up pretty good. It's gonna need a little more cleaning, but that's okay. And made a few videos about a year ago of tearing this thing down and inspecting it. I did put new cam bearings in it, and getting real close to maybe starting to reassemble this thing, put it back together. The plan's going to be for a stock bottom end, be new bearings, new rings, but stock pistons and rods, stock crank. Pair of Speedmaster aluminum heads back there, you can see behind me, and that's going to be what's going to be. We're going to put a cam in it. I had a suggestion made from a buddy of mine. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But looking forward to this. The 318 that's in my car now is wore right out. So maybe we can get a little more motivation with this thing and be a little more representative of what the car can do when it comes to the track. Now this here is the intake I'm going to be using. It's Edelbrock Torquer 2. It's a single plane, but not too concerned about possibly sacrificing just a tiny bit of low-end torque because I've got a real steep gear. I'm going to invest in the correct converter. So I believe this thing's going to work real well. One of the main reasons I'm using the Torquer 2 is because the right here, the thermostat housing is offset to the driver's side. Now, the reason I need that is for my air conditioning system. The AC compressor kind of takes up this real estate here, and fortunately I got some bungs over there for the temperature sender and things like that. I guess the other thing is the heater hose. So this thing works really well as far as my AC brackets and stuff go. That's just a stock 5.9 Magnum crank. It's in real nice shape. I'm just gonna give it a quick home polish, the way everybody seems to show guys how to do it, with a bit of crocus cloth and a shoelace. Should polish up just about right. And these here, CNC ported Speedmaster aluminum heads. They supposedly have the springs in them for a hydraulic roller cam. I'll give them a try, see how they work. I'm cautiously optimistic they're going to work for what I'm going to do. I'm not going to put a real wild cam in it, but it should be enough to make it a lot of fun. Now I gave my pistons a real good hand cleaning, as good as I could, and I cleaned out the ring grooves with a piece of broken ring and cleaned everything up real well. Now they're actually, don't tell my wife, but they're in the dishwasher right now, giving them kind of a final blast. Hopefully that's going to work out. I do have the opportunity to put them in a ultrasonic cleaner if they're just not quite clean enough when they come out of the dishwasher, but I guess we're going to see, and we'll go from there. So here is my new toy that is going to clean my pistons up the rest of the way. If you look, especially around the pin and whatnot, there's just a little bit of stuff in there that I just couldn't get out without maybe scratching the crap out of things. And I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to soak each and every individual piston in there. I actually bought it just specifically to be the size for one piston and rod combo, and looks like I got exactly the one I needed. It's just it's actually from Walmart, walmart.ca online, and it wasn't bad. It was just over $100, and hopefully it's going to do what I want. Guess we'll see. Big thing now is I'm not sure. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research and figure out what exactly kind of solution that I'm going to put inside this thing to do the cleaning. So this is what I used for a fluid in my ultrasonic cleaner. I just happened to watch a video on YouTube today, just looking to try and figure out what I could use, And a fella used this, and I happened to have a couple jugs of it sitting at home that I wasn't using. So that's what I used. Let's see how it works. Well, that's a super annoying sound. I have a feeling that while that's going on, I'm going to have to maybe go into the house and have a snack or something. We'll let it run for 30 minutes because that's what the timer runs for. And we'll see how it comes out. Well, I gotta say, I just put this in that ultrasonic cleaner for like 30 minutes, and you know what? Like, it ain't perfect quite yet, but I pretty much guarantee if I stuff it in there another 30 minutes, it's gonna come out ridiculously clean. Even that stuff in and around the pin that I couldn't get at before, like on this side, it's virtually gone, and I almost guarantee you that this side, if I was just to get in there with like a toothbrush or something like that, it would scrape out of there like nobody's business. Anyway, I got it rinsed off, and for now that's good. We'll dunk it in there one more time and see how it looks. So now here's what we have after the second dip. She looks clean as a whip. Everything looks nice, and everything looks good. You look even in here where there was all that junk before. It's super nice and clean in there. Just when I rinsed it in the pail, that stuff would just floated away. Super happy with the way this turned out. The ring grooves look really good. I mean, I did manually clean and scrape those out, but you know what? I have a feeling that I did a whole lot more of the manual cleaning than I maybe had to do. Sometime when I get a chance, I'm gonna try one just fresh out of the engine, not touching it and dropping it in here and see how it turns out. Might take a little longer, but you know what? The money, honestly, the money that you save on chemicals, whether you use mineral spirits or whatever to soak them in before you clean them, you can pay for one of these things in no time flat just by buying 8 liters of mineral spirits. At least that's the way it is around my neck of the woods. So there's a channel on YouTube that's called Wild Rose Garage. It's really neat. They actually just built a 5.9 Magnum and put it in a 62 Lark. The thing's going some 11 seconds. It's just a wild little thing. It's somewhat similar to what I'm building. I think it's going to be a little bit nastier cam and whatnot like that, but same sort of stock bottom end with a cam and set of aluminum heads. Wild Rose Garage suggested to me a Howard's cam that I'm going to go with because personally I don't know shit about picking a camshaft, and he seems to be pretty sharp. He sure did a good job with this Lark anyway. So that's what I'm going to go with. When I buy it and when I'm putting it in and whatnot, I'll share a little bit more about specs and whatnot because I forgot to write that crap down. But anyway, that's what I'm going with for a cam. I did mention before that I might be using just the valve springs that are in the heads, but I'm gonna talk to Howard, see what they recommend for a spring, and likely go with that because you know what, putting all this it's a cheaper build, but really put all this money into it and have it screw up over a set of stupid valve springs don't make no sense. So that's what I'm gonna do. Now I guess I'm gonna keep cleaning and getting this block ready. She's getting closer all the time, I guess. And then maybe I'll have to start looking at this big blob of parts on the counter. Maybe start putting something together. Starting to get back together. Cranks in. If anybody's wondering, this is absolutely not ever going to be a how-to video because in order to make one of them, you have to know how to. And I've only built a couple of engines in my life, so I'll just share little clips as we're going. But honestly, this thing's coming together really nice. The crank turns over smooth as butter. I'm just going to torque down the main caps and make sure she still spins. No, I'm freaking choked. I went to bust out my rings and I was gonna start file fitting my rings, making sure everything was good that way. All excited, good things going. I bought rings for one frickin' cylinder. I have one single set of rings. That's just great. Now I got to order frickin' rings before I can really do anything else. So we'll leave that one here. If you're interested in some more rambling and some more wrenching and putting together some more parts of this 5.9 Magnum, rings should be here in a couple days. I'll get back after file fitting and getting those ready. I'd love to get those pistons blasted in there, and I'd feel so good to just have a short block, get her all together to the point where I can paint the block and do stuff like that. Anyway, that'll be in the next episode of this whole debacle that we got going on. Thanks for watching.